A little update on the Jeep. I got the front axle taken out a little bit ago. That wasn't too bad. The lower control arms were pretty hard to get undone. They're on there pretty tight. They're over there, along with the cross member. Yeah, that was pretty easy to do. Just dropped it right down. I did end up leaving the upper control arms connected though. I haven't messed with getting those off yet. As well as the track bar. I just haven't gotten around to it. Here's the axle over here. I have been trying to disconnect the knuckles, but this drive shaft came out fine, as you can tell, but this one, this nut is not budging. I mean, I've broken two ratchets trying to get this thing undone. This one came off the breaker bar and this one came off right here, so they're Craftsman, so I can at least replace them, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Inside, I'm getting ready to replace the floor pans today. I'm fitting this one right now. On this side, I finally finished up prepping the rails. I had to get all the rivets out, and there was about 2 layers of like extra stuff from where I grinded the floor pans off still there. So I ended up just cutting the rivets with a little whiz wheel and peeling up the metal between. I'll show you an example on the other side of where I haven't done that yet and what it looked like beforehand. I ended up taking the cross member off. This was just to clear up some room for painting and maybe to redo the bolts, because I did end up breaking about 4 of them, and that would not be good when I have the frame closed off on the top. So I plan on replacing those. Also need to replace the gasket back there on the back of the transfer case. It's leaking. And then for the rocker panels, I was not able to find any with good reviews online that are direct replacements. But for the most part, since this part is still in good shape, I just plan on putting a 2x6 piece of metal tubing in there. So not only will they be stronger, but it's a pretty functional fix. This side is what I have not finished prepping yet. There's a little bit of frame rot like right around here and here. Shouldn't be too hard to replace that since I have everything off, but this is what I've basically been doing. I have been using the grinder and basically finding where the rivets are, grinding right on top of them, then pulling the metal off between the two with a hammer, and then just kind of stripping it off as I go. I haven't finished fully on this side yet. That's where the extra metal is coming from, is where the old floor pan was at. But this side is going to be finished prep today. I'm going to prime the inside of the frame rails. So yeah, that's about all I've gotten done so far. It's been pretty cold out. I hate working outside in the cold, especially since the barn's not heated. But here's how I look at this side. Yeah, like I said, the axle came out pretty easily. I just have to do a little bit of grinding and stuff on the frame. The frame is still fine, except that little spot I showed you. Alright, so working on the driver's side frame. Gonna have to do a little bit of frame work right there. As you can tell, it's pretty rotten. I basically got a angle bracket. I'm fitting it right up in there. It should fit pretty well. This is all pretty solid. And then right there, I'm gonna have to patch too. So for this upper frame stuff that I was talking about, I actually found an easier method, which is getting a grinding wheel like that with a pretty big wheel on it that can span between the 2 frame rails like that, and basically just going up like this. And what it does is it lets you get both sides at the same time, and then whatever side you're working on, you can basically just hammer back, and then it's a big long strand like this. It's all still connected. So that actually works really well, getting this frame cleaned off to the top. I still have to remove this part, but otherwise the patching's doing pretty good. Alright, so I got the frame patched. I used an L bracket essentially and just kind of went all the way down, welded right there, load up the 2 parts right there, and then on the frame, on the outside of the frame as well. That's my first kind of try at welding, so it turned out all right. Not pretty or anything, but it's sound. Right here, I just it's still a bit hot. There's a hole right here in the frame that I kind of cut out, and I basically used another piece of that L bracket and added sides to it so it would fit in, but it's structural too as well, since it's kind of at a crease in the frame. But so here it is on the other side. Yeah, not pretty, but it works. And then here's what I'm kind of working with here. It fits right in there pretty much. I might have to cut this out so it's flush. Haven't decided yet. It fits all right spacing wise. I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit just so I can actually get a good seal on it. But pretty much once I'm done with this, I'm going to redo the bolts on this side. I grinded off both the nuts that were inside the frame on both sides right here. I also have gotten in a new gas tank, brand new, with straps right there, because I had to cut them whenever I pulled the old one down. And I found this kit on Amazon. I'll put the link in the bio, but I got upper and lower ball joints for them, and then 2 tie rod ends, and I believe it's the one that connects to the pitman arm, that joint right there, because it's got a rod with it.